Okay, so probability is chance of occurrence of an event, and if n events are there, the total of the probabilities of all those n events is always equal to 1. And if never the probability will be greater than 1, it will never be greater than 1. Okay, always probability will be less than 1 only. This is correct, and this is obviously wrong. It is never greater than 1. That is one. These are some universal principles. Girls, again I'm telling you, if there are n events which are occurring, okay, in a sample, or in one scenario, in one simulated environment, so all those probabilities totally is equal to always 1, and probability value will be never greater than 1. It is always less than 1. These are some universal principles which are we are supposed to know. So now let us take some examples. As we are proceeding to examples, then I'll try to explain you. Okay, the basic one more formula. The again one universal. I told you three principles, girls. Probability will always be, if n events are there, it will always be equal to 1. That is one thing. This is one principle. And probability will always be less than 1. This is second principle. And the formula for probability, it will never change. And the formula of probability is
P of E.
Sorry. Uh, I just wanted to give correct term. Give me a second. Number of favorable cases divided by total number of equally likely cases. Okay, I used events in the denominator. So number of favorable events divided by total number of equally likely events. What is it? I'll tell you with an example. These are very, very important. These are the three main universal rules which we are supposed to follow under probability. Okay, which will never change, which always remains the same. So the formula for probability is number of equally likely cases divided by number of favorable cases divided by total number of equally likely cases. Okay, so now let us go with an example. Let us go with an example. So it will be more clear what are number of favorable cases, all that I'll try to explain. Okay, now, yeah, we are seeing the 30th problem. Okay, girls, 30th problem here. If you see, from a bag containing 10 black balls and 20 white balls, a ball is drawn at random. And what is the probability that it is black? So, okay, first, let me just write what is given in the question. 30th question, it is 10 black balls and 20 white balls. A ball is drawn at random. Probability of it being the black ball. Okay. I'm just, yeah. Now, if you see, this is the question. They gave us in a bag, there are 10 black balls and 20 white balls, girls. So what is the probability of drawing a black ball? So now if I elaboratively explain, okay, total number of, if you see the total number of equally likely cases, is nothing but number of balls in that bag. Okay, we don't want which color is it, girls, in the denominator part. It is just the number, how many number of balls we are having in the bag. So there are 30 balls in the bag. Okay, are you satisfied with this reasoning, girls? So now if you see, we need to create a probability formula where we need to find out what is numerator and what is denominator. As before, we are not segmenting it black or white. How many balls we have? There are 30 balls. So total number of equally likely cases is equal to 30. Now, when we see the numerator, number of favorable cases or favorable events. According to our example, what are they asking in the question? They are asking what is the probability of the ball drawn is a black ball. So in that scenario, favorable case is what they are asking us. So obviously, how many black balls we have, girls? In the back, there are 10 black balls. Okay.
10 by 30.
Yes. So simply if I keep it B here represents drawing a black ball. When I represented probability of B, probability of drawing a black ball. So it is simple. Number of favorable cases, we identified it to be as 10, and total number of equally likely cases, we identified it to be as 30. So the probability of drawing a black ball is 1 by 3. No need to convert it into decimal under probability, girls. You can write the fraction as it is. Am I clear? Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, I'll
Yes,
repeat the
ma'am.
question, girls.
Yeah,
In our
ma'am.
bag, there are 10 black balls and 20 white balls, which is given to us. And what is the probability of drawing a black ball is asked. Okay, according to our basic probability formula, it is number of favorable cases divided by total number of equally likely cases. Okay, so now when we saw there are total 30 balls. So total balls is always total number of equally likely cases. So which we mentioned it to be as 30. And they're not speaking about white in the question. When they're asking, they're just mentioning what is the probability of drawing a black ball. So obviously we have 10 black balls. So 10 divided by 30 gives us 1 by 3. Am I clear? Am I clear, girls?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah, can we proceed to the next question? Because it is probability, please keep responding. So it is quite confusing. So if you respond only, I'll come to conclusion that you understood. Okay, so now see one more example. See the 31st question. First, we will just mention what is asked. One card is drawn from a standard pack of 52 cards. What is the probability that it is either a king or a queen? So now if you see, I'll explain you what is standard pack of cards. One card is drawn from a standard pack of 52. And what is the probability? It is either king or queen. Okay, directly it is going to addition here. Okay, I'll just explain you all this. What is it and how is it? Now, there are two things to be explained here before solving this problem. First, I need to explain you what is pack of cards. So girls, they'll mention in the question pack of cards, which we are supposed to know. It's very, very important. In a probability, there are three things on which we can expect a question. It can be a dice, okay?
Coins, dice.
It can be a coin, and it can be pack of cards, okay? Fine. So the coin is obviously, we have an idea that it is having two sides. Okay. So
Tail.
better before going to that question. Okay. Two sides. Now, if I ask a question, what is the probability of getting a head? Okay. Probability of getting a head when I'm tossing a coin. So if you see this
1 by 2.
scenario, okay. Now again, we need to find out number of favorable cases. How many heads? We have two sides, you know. There will be one head and one tail. These are the two sides we can expect in a coin. So number of favorable case. Favorable case here is chance of getting a head. Can you tell me what is the chance of getting a head, girls, when I'm tossing a coin?
1 by 2.
1 by 2.
One. Let us speak only once we can have a probability, or I mean chance of getting a head. Either you will get a head or a tail. So the probability, I mean the chance, number of cases is equal to 1. And total number of equally likely cases, as we have two sides, so it is 2. So if I write it in the terms of formula, number of favorable case of getting a head is 1 divided by 2. Similarly, probability of getting a tail is also 1 by 2. This is the story of a coin when we are tossing a coin. So these are some universal things you need to remember under probability blindly. If they will not mention probability of getting a head, you need to identify blindly of getting a head is obviously 1 by 2. Like that, you need to blindly remember. Now, similarly, before going to pack of cards, we'll try to understand even dice also. When I take dice, okay, we have how many sides? Obviously, 6 sides. And
Yes, 6, ma'am.
Okay, the question will be like, when we are rolling a dice, what is the probability of getting number 3? We have 6 sides with the following numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So based on this, the total number of cases is equal to 6. Okay, girls, the total number of favorable cases are equal to, equally likely cases are equal to 6. So now number of favorable cases. Now what they are asking, what is the probability when I'm rolling a dice? What is the probability of getting number 3? Okay, simple. When I'm throwing a dice, what number I'm getting? What is my number?
3 by 6.
Okay, so 3, how many times we have? If you see the number of favorable cases, once only we get, when I roll a dice, only I have a chance of getting 3 only once. I don't have multiple 3s when I'm rolling a dice. So it is number of favorable cases 1 only divided by total number of equally likely cases is 6. Girls, did you
6.
understand? It is not 3 by 6. Don't
Yeah,
get
ma'am.
confused. The side I am speaking
Okay.
about getting a number 3 on the dice. So it is only having only once we can get it. Now let us take what is the probability of getting an even number when I'm rolling a dice. Okay, when I'm rolling a dice, what is the probability of getting an even number? How many even numbers?
3 by 6.
1,
3
2,
by 3. 4, 6.
So number of favorable cases is 3 divided by total number of equally likely cases is 6. So it is 1 by 2. Understood?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
understand?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
So that is how
ma'am.
what is the probability of getting an odd number? Same thing. It is again 3 by 6, which is again equal to 1 by 2. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Am I clear? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am. No,
Now
ma'am.
we will discuss about pack of cards. These are some logics you need to remember under probability, girls. Now pack of cards. So girls, in our current question, they mentioned 52. But certain times in a pack of cards, they'll directly use the term in a pack of cards. So you need to understand the total cards we have are 52. Okay, that means total number of equally likely cases is equal to 52. We will see what happens in the other scenarios. Okay, so now in pack of cards, we have 4 symbols. We have diamond. Okay, you need to know this. Fine, we have diamond, we have clove, we have hearts, and we have spade. Okay, spade, how to? So these are the 4 symbols you will be having. So if you see, this card is a red card and this card is also a red card. And clove and spade are black color cards. So you have in total 26 red cards and 26 black cards. That is one very, very important thing you need to remember, because I'll be asking the questions relating to that now. And in the pack of cards, in each color, like if you see in each symbol, now diamond is there.
13 cards.
We have, 13 cards. So each symbol is having 13 cards. 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 gives you 52. So for your understanding, I'll just write once A. Always 1 is represented with A in pack of cards, and 2, 3, and so on till 10, it will be normal. Then we have Jackie, Queen, and King. So these are the 13 cards which we have. 2 to 10 will be having 9 cards, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So these are the cards in every symbol. Like in diamond, you have 1 Jackie. In diamond, you have 1 Queen. In diamond, you have King. 1 ace as well. Same way the cards will be repeating, but the symbol diamond will be changing, the color will be changing accordingly. Now I'll ask, please listen, and you need to answer me these questions. Now, did you understand what is the story of pack of cards?
Yes,
Again, I'll
ma'am.
try to explain you girls. In total, there are 52 cards. In these 52 cards, there are divided by 4 symbols. So the 4 symbols are diamond, spade, heart, and clove. Fine. So the colors of these cards, there are either red card or black card. So in total, 26 red cards and 26 black cards. That is one story. And each shape will be having, each shape is having a card of, a total of 13 cards each, and where the total is equal to 15. And this is how the numbering will be there. From A, it starts with A, which represents 1, and it goes till K, which represents 13. Okay, so now if I say, when I'm picking a card from pack of cards, now you need to answer me when you understood this concept, girls. If I'm picking a card from pack of cards, what is the probability that it is a red card?
13 by 52.
13 by 52.
1 by 2.
26 by
By 2.
Girls, first you need to analyze. I told you what is the probability of it being a red card. Okay. So
26
how
by-
many red cards according to us? We have
26 by 52.
26 by
red cards by
1 by 2.
52. Understood? Okay, 1 by 2, we can also do that. Did you understand, girls? The number of favorable case, we have 26 red cards. So it can be any of those red cards. So it is 26 divided by 52. Understood? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. I'm picking a card from pack of cards, and what is the probability that the card is to be a clove?
13 by 4.
13 by
13
13
by 52.
Yes, 13 by
1 by 4.
52. Okay, 1 by 4. Instead of devising, calculating them, let us go with these figures because it will be easily you can easily remember it. Okay, it is 13 by 52. When we divide it, it is obviously 1 by 4. Now, but you understood, girls, only cloves will be only of 13 cards in that. So 13 divided by the total number of cards are obviously 52. Again, I'm trying to tell you one more question. When I'm picking a card from a pack of cards, what is the probability that it to be a king? What is the probability?
4 by 52.
4
by 52.
So
4
girls, when I
by 2.
mentioned these, I told you from each 13 cards we have all these cards. So from each 13 card I can get, here I have one king, here I have one king, here I have one king, and here I have one king. So probability of getting a king is 4 from each symbol and divided by total number of cards are 52. So did you understand that? So this is the story, girls. I told you about coin. Coin is having 2 sides. Okay, whereas we discussed about dice, where dice is having 6 sides and there is a chance of getting an even, odd also. And now we also discussed about pack of cards. These things you need to remember because your questions might be based, these can be considered as basics under probability and your questions might be on these particular topics. Okay, so now there is also one important concept. There is also one more concept, addition theorem. This you already studied when you studied your schooling, your Venn diagrams in your school. P of A plus P of B minus P of A and B. Girls, because I used English word or, I am mentioning and. Okay, so there are certain terminologies. P of A plus B is equal to P of A. If I am using a mathematical symbol plus, see how here it will be changing. So P of A into B. So plus will be represented with this and all the formulae are same, only the symbol what we are using in between A and B. So P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Understood? So these are the formulae. So probability of A or B, if they are asking us, or A plus B, it depends upon the question. They'll mention accordingly to the question. So it is simple, probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. So this is how we need to identify. Union is total value as per your Venn diagrams, if you remember. Remember your Venn diagrams? These are the two events A and B. So this end represents here intersection A and B. Okay. Union represents total. total value. So that is how we are going to find out. So am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be more, we don't require all this, don't get confused, only try to understand these three formulae and we will see a problem, then it will be more clear. Now, we got a question, now we will go back to 31st question, girls. I'll just keep the one formula which is required for us. So if I again, to remind you, if I again share you the question. So if you see one card is drawn from a standard pack of 52, what is the probability that it is either a king or a queen? So this or we just took it as a keyword to understand that it is an example for addition theorem. Understood, girls? That is the example which we took, that to understand that it is a problem from addition theorem, king or queen. So if you see based on that king or queen, so can you tell me now if I elaborate according to this king or probability of getting a king or queen, probability of K plus probability of Q minus probability of K and Q. So this we need to find out. So for this we need all this P of K, what is P of K, what is P of Q and what is P of K and Q we need to find out. So girls, now tell me, what is the probability of picking a king from a pack of 52 cards?
4 by 52.
4.
52, which we already know. What is the probability of picking a queen from a pack of 52 cards?
4 by
4
52.
by 4 by 52.
It is also same. Girls, if you understand in our terminology only, is there any card K and Q? Is there any card from pack of cards where it is having something common? According to Venn diagram, we understood, girls, this is the area where it is end. This is the, we have something in common. Do I have any card in a pack of cards which is having both king and queen?
No, ma'am.
No. So obviously,
No,
what
ma'am.
is the value of this? It is 0. Simple. So that is how you need to understand, girls, logically, whether we have anything in common between the two events or not. As per our example, as it is about cards in a pack of cards, and we don't have any card where it is having king and queen both on the same card. So obviously, according to our current example, it is 0. We will be understanding when we are proceeding with more examples. So now I have all the values. Can I identify what is KRQ? Probability of getting either king or queen is simple. Substitute the identified values. 4 by 52 plus 4 by 52 minus 0 gives you 8 by 52. So probability of getting a king or queen is 8 by 52. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, number 1, Rabia, are
Can
you
you
there?
please
So
repeat?
please take
Yeah, ma'am.
attendance, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please repeat probability of getting P and king and queen, ma'am?
See, according to our Venn diagram terminology, I mean addition theorem is exclusively derived from this particular diagram. So this is the common area. So according to us, getting a queen card, a king card is one area, a circle, and getting a queen card is another circle. But in a pack of cards, we don't have any card which is having both king and queen on the same card. Understood? We don't have any card where we'll be getting king and queen on the same card. We have separate cards. So we can't call it to be as common. So according to this, according to our Venn diagram terminology, these are two independent circles. There is nothing, anything common between king and queen. There are two independent circles. So because of this, it is equal to 0. No need to understand this diagram also, ma. When you see pack of cards, there is no card where it is having king and queen on the same card. That's it. There itself lies the answer. Because of that, it is 0. Understood?
Yes. King or queen means king or queen. So that is why we are adding it, no, ma'am?
King or queen means it is total. The area of this circle and the area of this circle. Total value. Again, if so if I take a diagram, okay, this is our, according to this, king or queen, there is nothing is in common. So if it is or, means the total area of this complete two circles. Understood? That is how it is varied. If it is and, let us take an, if it is and only the common area between these two circles, like that.
And means the intersection point, or means the both items
Together point,
in
yes, addition point. That is how I gave you. Or plus or union tries to represent together, I mean total values. Intersection or and or multiplication tries to represent you the common value.
And if we have both king and queen in a similar card, only then we can find out this probability.
Yes, but we don't have, that doesn't exist generally in universe. Okay. Now let us see the next question. Yeah. So now if you see, see the 32nd question. So see 32nd question. The managing committee of Vaishali Welfare Association formed a subcommittee of 5 persons to look into electricity problems. Profiles of 5 persons are male with age 40, male with age 43, female with age 38, and female with age 27, and male with age 65. So these are the 5 conditions which are given to us. If a chairperson has to be selected from this, what is the probability that he would be either a female or over 30 years of age? So female or over, this is the keyword. So clearly it is nothing but an addition theorem, girls. So now if you see, I'll just get back to the board. So now if you see, this is as they gave us all this information. There are 5 different members and they want to elect a chairperson. And there are some conditions to elect a chairperson. The chairperson must be a female and also that they must also be above age of 30. Understood, girls? So this is the condition given to us. So if I elaborate it, so probability of female plus probability of greater than 30 years of age minus probability of female and greater than 30 years of age. So this is the condition we need to find out as per using addition theorem. So probability of getting a female. So now girls, first thing, total number of equally likely cases.
5.
There are 5 members. So very simple, it is 5. So what is the probability of picking a female from these 5 things? 5 people.
2 by 5.
We have 2
by
female
5.
members. Okay. So it is 2 by number of favorable cases is 2 and divided by 5. So what is the probability of day with an age above 30? So you can see
4
there
by
are
5.
1, 2, 3 and 4 people are above the age 30. So number of the people who are above 30 years is 4 and divided by total number of equally likely cases is this. Now you can
4 by
see
5.
how in earlier case we are not able to identify king and queen. Now you see, can there be anything common? The person must be a female and they must also be above 30 years of age. Do we have such kind of data?
1 by 5.
1
by
is a
5.
female who is above 30 years of age. So the favorable case is 1 divided by total number of equally likely cases. So this is how, girls, according to this problem's logic, we have P of A and B. But according to previous problem, we don't have the logic of there is a common card where we are having king and queen. So I hope you understood the difference now. So now using this, when I apply it in your addition theorem formula, P of F or over 30 years of age. So if I substitute all these values, 2 by 5 plus 4 by 5 minus 1 by 5.
Minus 1 by 5.
So it is equal to 1.
1.
There is a chance of a person who is a female or over 30 years of age. So let us assume this might be the case of a chairperson who will be a chairperson. Understood, girls? Because it is 5
Yes, ma'am.
members, it is easy for us to identify and tell easily directly looking at the data. But generally, when we take statistical figures, it will not be, the n size will never be 5. It will be beyond thousands only. So in that scenario, it becomes difficult. So in such scenarios, we can apply. Okay. Any doubt? Am I clear? If you have any doubts, please ask. So then, Rabia, did you take attendance?
Yeah, ma'am. Taken, ma'am.
Okay, girls will continue after 10 minutes. Let us all join back at 9:50. As per my time, it is 9:40. So let us all join back at 9:50 for second class. Okay. Thank you. I think we completed 32nd question. So see 34th question. A person is known to hit the target in 3 out of 4 shots, whereas another person is known to hit the target in 2 out of 4 shots. Find the probability of target being hit at all when they both try. Okay, so first let me just start. B by 4 and B is 2 by 3. Okay, now this is given to us girls. There are 2 people. Let us name those 2 people as A and B. And the probability of A hitting the target is 3 out of 4 shots. So simple, it is nothing but 3 is number of favorable cases divided by total number of equally likely cases are 4. And similarly for B, B hitting the target is 2 out of 3 shots. And what is the probability that both hit the target? Now both is again there are some keywords, some hints according to our statistical terminology, girls. So when both word is given, it is simple. It is nothing but a hint for addition theorem, which is A or B. Both means together. Together means again union comes into picture. So that is how it is, A or B. So simple. They are asking us what is P of A or B. Okay. So P of A plus P of A plus P of B minus P of A. Okay. I'll just use this symbol in order to make you understand. P of A intersection B. Okay, so this is what they are asking us, girls. So now listen carefully. They directly gave what is P of A is directly given to us. So P of A we already know, which is 3 by 4. And now P of B, which is also equal to 3 by 4. Now, we need to find out what is P of A intersection B. So, now there is one more thing, girls, to understand. I mean, I'm just seeing whether we have a hint word in the given question. Hit the target, being hit when they both try. Another person is known to hit the target. Okay, fine. So there is no hint given. There is one more theorem which we call it to be as multiplication theorem. When we are not able to find out what is P of A intersection B. So multiplication is exclusively when the two things are independent. Okay, both are independent events. Now A is not disturbing B. Here person A is not disturbing B and B is also not disturbing A. They both are two independent individuals, who are not interfered by each other. So in such scenario, the P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. So this is one more formula which we call it to be as multiplication theorem. So please make a note if you are writing a notes. And so now, according to our given example, now see the scenario. Now I'll just give you a point. Now this is the point for you. And I'll ask you to hit the target. Now, if you see in our class, there are 45 girls. Now, if I ask you to hit the target, can you all hit the same target at the same point of time? Yes, no? Kindly answer me.
No.
No, ma'am.
Why? Okay, it is virtual class. So generally, I ask the same question when we are in physical class. Okay, now let us assume we are in a physical classroom where you are present in the same room and I am present in the same room. Same way, I might have fixed a spot in that classroom and I ask three girls, I make three girls stand there and I ask three of you to hit that particular point. Can you people, three of you, try at the same time and hit the target if you're, well versed in that particular game?
No, ma'am.
Why no? Why can't you hit it? Now let us take a carom board. Okay, there are two strikers but one coin. Just take a carom board, girls. There are two strikers and one coin, and that one particular coin is at the center. And two people are trying at the same time. So can you hit the same coin with two strikers? Yes. So that
Yes,
it also happens if it is a dart board and I'm asking two girls to stand independently. That means both are not interfering with each other. And I'm asking two of you try at the same time. There is a chance it might. See, probability is always a chance. It is not like it will not happen. It might happen. It might occur. It might strike. Both of you can hit the target at the same point of time. So in that particular scenario, we can understand that this, I don't know why lighting is, okay. In that particular scenario, we can understand that these two events are independent and we can apply a multiplication theorem. So when we are not able to derive what is P of A intersection B, it is nothing but P of A into P of B. So when we substitute it, P of A union B is equal to 3 by 4 plus 2 by 3 minus 3 by 4 into
1 by 2.
2 by 3. So when we calculate it, what are we getting it?
1 by 2.
Sure? Okay, 3 by 4 plus 2 by 3 minus 1 by 2. So what is P of A and B? Can you solve it?
Eleven by 12.
11 by 12. By 12. Okay. So this is the fraction. Girls, did you understand? So don't worry, these kind of problems will not be in your exam, but to understand, there are certain events based on the problem. You need to understand whether they are dependent events or independent events or union events or, intersection events, all that you need to understand. So this is one kind of example where we were able to apply both addition theorem and multiplication theorem. Now, if you see 34th problem, calculate the probability of picking a card that was a heart or a spade. Again, it is an example for, these are all for practice, girls, to understand the basics of probability. Daddy, బయటికి వెళ్ళి మాట్లాడు. Yeah, sorry girls for that. Yeah, now if you see, calculate the probability of picking a card that is heart or spade. So they are asking us probability of picking heart or spade. So what is, again, if I elaborate it, P of H plus P of S minus P of H and S. Okay, now can you tell me what is the probability of getting a heart?
13 by 52.
13, there are 13 cards with heart symbol. And what is the probability of getting a spade? There are again 13 spades.
13 by 52.
Do I have H and S? Do I have any card with heart and spade together?
No.
No, ma'am.
Obviously, no, 0. So what is the probability of getting heart or spade? Simple, 13 by 52 plus 13 by 52 minus 0, which is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, sorry,
Yeah, ma'am.
I'm sharing the screen. So it is 1 by 2. Understood? So again, if I go back to the next question, see what is the probability of picking a card that was red or black? So these all you can answer, girls. Please solve it and tell me what is the probability of getting a red or black card?
1, ma'am.
Red
Total
or,
answer.
sorry, okay, capital or red or black. So probability of getting a red is 26 by 52. Plus what is another getting a black card is also 26 by 52. There is no card where it is having both red and black on the same card. So it is 0. So it is 1. Probability of getting
1.
a red card or a black card is 1. So these are some just basic examples. And okay, this is something interesting. See 36th question. A bag contains 30 balls numbered from 1 to 30. So see girls, try to understand the question. So a bag contains 30 balls which are having numbers from 1 to 30. So that is the first hint. One ball is drawn at random. Okay. So find the probability that the number of balls drawn will be multiples of 5 or 7 and or 5 or 3. So there are two cases given to us, 5 or 7 and 5 or 3. So
5 or 7 and 3 or 7, ma'am.
okay, fine. 3 or 7. Now see this. Now this is given to, there are 30 balls in a bag with numbers 1 to 30. And what is the probability of getting 5 or 7 or 3 or 7? So let us go with the first case. So now probability of 5 or 7, if I elaborate it and write it, girls, P of 5 plus P, probability of getting a 7, multiples, girls, multiples of 5 or 7 and multiples of 3 or 7. That is one more thing. 5 and 7. So now if you see P of 5, if I find out, what are multiples? Now if you see 1 to 30 numbers are there. What are multiples of 5?
5, 10, 15, 20,
5,
25, 30.
10,
6 by 30.
20, 25, 30. Yes or no? So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are number of favorable
6
cases
by
of
30.
multiples of 5 is 6 and total number of equally likely cases are 30. So this is one case. So now similarly P of 7. How many multiples we have? 7, 14,
7, 14, 21, 28.
28. So multiples of 7 are 4 by 30. In here also we will also find out what is P of 3. Anyhow, other one is P of 7 only. So multiples of 3, girls, 3, 6, 9, 12,
12,
18 and 21,
21,
24,
24, 27,
27,
30.
30. So 10
10
by
by
30.
30.
Understood? So now using this, just substitute. Okay. Do I have 5 and 7? We also need to find out 5 and 7. Do I have any common multiples? 5 and 7 means common, girls. So
No,
see,
ma'am.
5 and 7, do I have, this number is not repeating here. So there is no common multiple for 5 and 7. See, there is there a common multiple for 3 and 7? Is there a common multiple for 3 and 7? There is 21.
Yeah, ma'am.
Been
21.
repeated here. Except 21, no other common multiple. So it is 1 by 30. Understood? Satisfied? Understood, girls?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
So now
ma'am.
simple, we'll just find out what is P of 5 or 7 gives you P of 5. So P of 5 is 6 by 30 plus P of 7 is 4 by 30 minus 0, which gives you 10 by 30,
1 by
which
3.
is 1 by 3. Similarly, P of 3 or 7, P of 3 is 10 by 30 and P of 7 is 4 by 30 minus 1 by 30. So 10 plus 4, 14, 13 by 30. Understood? So this is how something interesting question. Similarly, we'll see one more last question under basic probability of. Okay, girls, see here, there is a question. There is also one more interesting question. A man wants to marry a girl having qualities, white complexion. The probability of it is 1 in 20. Handsome dowry, the probability is 1 in 50. And westernized manners and etiquettes, it is 1 in 100. Find out the probability of he getting married to such a girl when the possession of these three attributes are independent. So I already mentioned you girls, independent is a keyword for multiplication theorem. So there are three conditions which are given to us. Okay, there are three conditions which are given to us. Probability of getting a white complexion girl is 1 in 20. Okay, and probability of getting with a handsome dowry is 1 in 50. And probability of he getting married to a girl with westernized manners and etiquettes is 1 in 100. So they are asking what is the probability of he getting a girl with all these three characteristics, and all events are independent. So simple independent means multiplication theorem, girls. White complexion, dowry, and etiquettes intersection. So P of, okay, both etiquettes I'll just name it as P. So it is probability of W and probability of D and probability of, sorry, multiplication theorem into probability of westernized etiquettes. So it is 1 by 20 into 1 by 50. It is very rare for him to find all these three qualities in a same girl. So 2 5s are 10, 0, 0, 0, 0. So one girl in 1 lakh. Understood? So they get simple girls, they gave a keyword, it is independent. So independent itself is a keyword for multiplication theorem. So in that scenario, you can apply all three qualities in the same person. So because they're all independent, we are just applying multiplication theorem. Understood? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Understood, ma'am.
Okay, so with this we complete the basic probability part. In next class we will also know what is conditional probability Bayes theorem. That is actually your exam point of view question, Bayes theorem. These all probability problems, whatever we learn today or whatever we understand, they are just the concepts of understanding what is probability. Okay, but don't worry, you get these kind of questions in exam. Bayes theorem is very, very important and we can expect such kind of questions. So can I conclude the class now? Rabia, kindly take attendance again for this class as well.